What's up everyone, Allan Morrow here and welcome to this studio tip. Today I want to show you something that I think is a very powerful technique when it comes to positioning sounds inside your mix. And this is something that I generally do before I even turn to my EQ to sort of sort out the frequencies within a track. Now what I've got here is I've got 3 channels playing the exact same sound, and it's a very simple sound because I want to try and make this as easy as possible to try and explain. So what I've got here is a sound, and I just take that. So yeah, just one sound, it's 3 layers here, the exact same sound for all of them. And what I've got here is coming into a bus, and on this bus I've got an EQ. Right, okay, so if I just play this one sound, what I want you to concentrate on is these frequency spikes here. Okay, so what can happen when you're sort of layering your sounds, and this happens quite often when I get tracks sent to me through my from my clients and stuff, is a lot of their layers are all just sort of stacked on top of each other and all sort of sitting in the same sort of frequency range. Now, to give the track more depth, technique that I'm going to show you is how I would sort of approach it rather than turning to EQ. So what I'm just going to show you here, let's pretend this is, for example, a bass note, and you've got your mid bass playing on the C, for example, on the C, and you've got a couple of layers playing on the C, right? But inside this synth, what you'll see is all these oscillators. If I just make these a little bit bigger, I made it a little bit smaller just to try and get everything on the screen. What you see here is they're all on the 0 octave here, just on whichever octave they're playing on the MIDI here. So watch what happens when I start to stack up these sounds. They're all playing, I say, these all are all exactly the same. And the best place to concentrate on is this one here, right? So as I start to add in these layers, you can see it starts to get louder and there's a frequency buildup here, right? So when it comes to approaching layering and EQing and stuff, one thing that I would always suggest doing is going into the octaves of your the octave of each oscillator within your layers in each section, whether that's bass, your bass, your acids, your leads, or anything like that, and really positioning the sounds in the frequency range rather than just going in and trying to EQ it. Because what you're doing when you're EQing it is, for example, you're pulling that frequency out. Yeah, let's say for example you had these 2 together, and let's pretend that they're similar sort of sounds. For example, I know that these are the exact same sounds, but it's the best way for me to show you how to sort of what I'm going to do here. So you got this build up here, and they're both sort of similar sounds. So you might say, okay, well in this second layer here, I'm going to come in and I'm going to pull this down to stop this from clashing with this, right? But another way to do this, and another way to fill out the frequency spectrum a lot better, in my opinion, would be to do this. So I'm going to open up this main one again. So open up the main EQ. So this is a sum of all of them. I'm going to play this one and this one. And what I'm going to do is in this one, I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to open up Sylenth. Now, if you take a look again, they're both playing at the same time. Got that build up there. And this is just for 2 layers, right? So this is building up there a lot. So what I'm going to do, rather than even turning to EQ to try and move things, because all you're doing there is ducking down that exact frequency, I'm going to shift the frequencies. So the way to do that is I'm going to come in here with the octave oscillators, the oscillator octaves, and start to move them around to really balance that mix out. So just before I go and do that, I'm going to put that 3rd layer in. I'm going to show you obviously how high up this sort of spikes at that point. So you can see there, it's around that 15 plus 15 dB there, according to this here. So I'm going to come into this next layer and I'm going to start to position these in the mix. Now watch this, watch how this starts to change. So obviously right now there is 6 oscillators all playing on the same octave. So if I start to move these around, So you'll see there that that's started to move, split the frequencies. We've given ourselves some lower warmth there, and we've also added another layer in up there. So it's a much more balanced sound, and that's just with the two there. Right, and if I bring this one back, this other one in, and then I open up this layer, and I'm now going to come in and I'm going to put these up, say 2, and maybe this one up 1. So you can see here, I'm starting to really even out these frequencies, and I've not even touched the EQ just yet. And you can see I'm starting to get a little bit more high end up there, obviously a little bit more low end. And if I was to come in, for example, say this first one again, and I was to maybe drop one of these, because these are both on the same one here again, let's put one of them down. You can see here now we're not getting these huge big spikes. Now, obviously that is just a sustained note that's playing there, but I felt that this was the best way to sort of show you without it going too complex with all different layers, and you know, obviously not everything's going to be playing on the same note. But what I'm trying to get across here is, rather than always turning to your EQ, for example, let's say I was to put all these back to what they were, yep. Rather than turning to your EQ to, for example, boost, let's say we had this layer, yeah, and this was a bass sound. Let's say, for example, this was up an octave. Let me go like this. Right. So rather than going, okay, I need a little bit more low end inside this bass sound, for example, this is a bass, and then coming around here and starting to boost frequencies that essentially aren't really there, come in and come up to your octaves. So bring this back down again. So play this as it is and give it some actual frequencies there, rather than trying to boost stuff that isn't essentially there. And we might want to go down and do 2 here. So I just wanted to show you how powerful positioning these octaves can be. You know, if you've got sort of 5, 6 different layers within a lead sound or whatever like that, rather than going to your EQ and doing these boosts and stuff like that, really have a listen and see where your actual frequencies are landing. Now, I know obviously this is a very simple case and of just one sustained note, but what you got to remember is that's going to be the same across all of your different notes that are playing. So when you are layering, look at this before you go to do your EQ. I think you'll find you'll position your frequencies a lot better within your mix. You'll give yourself a lot more depth, and I think you'll find yourself having a lot more space to sort of work with as well. So I hope this has helped, and I hope it's made sense. I know it can be a little bit confusing sometimes, but I just wanted to show you the most simple way that I possibly could. This was a tip that was taken from the layering in depth tutorial. So if you haven't checked that tutorial out yet and you want to have more of an idea of what it is that I'm going into here, then be sure to check that out on at allanmorrowstudios.com. And also thanks a lot for watching. Please hit the subscribe and notification bell if you have enjoyed this video to see more videos coming up. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.